G'day guys and welcome back to ACL Melbourne, proudly sponsored by Plantronics and BenQ. My name is Menace and joining me again is Max.
Or Slappy Baggins, you know, as I like to be called at home. Yeah, an exciting game here between X5 and, of course, what are they calling themselves?
They call themselves Invidious.
Invidious, yeah. Sorry, I get a little bit confused. I think they were a different name when I casted them a little while back.
Yes.
But I'm a little bit excited here. There's some amazing picks here picked up, and Nocturne TF. My God.
The global ultis are amazing.
The global ultis, and the fact that they can get anywhere quick as lightning from halfway across the map is really, really scary to deal with.
That's for sure. All right, so let's quickly run through these bans right now. J4, Trinimir, and Elise being banned out for the guys on XL5 Eclipse. Over there for Invidious, previously known as Team Natural 01.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
They banned out Lee Sin, Ari, and Cassidy. So some pretty targeted bans there. I guess they were watching PAX. Seeing Chief, what's it called? Pentasniff now.
Yeah, Pentasniff. Chief Swiffer will probably come out more than a few times due to the fact that was his name originally, yeah.
Chief Swiffer. So he's now Pentasniff on that TF. Cassidy being banned out there. So
and Ari as well, both targeted at Chief Swiffer as well.
He's an exceptional player, and they definitely have targeted both those bans towards him. Natural, playing Nidalee, does not want to come up against a Cassidy or an Ari in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, the Trinity ban is a little bit strange. Of course, Jarvan 4 and Elise, both very strong. I mean, Jarvan's really strong in the jungle. Elise also really strong in the jungle and incredibly strong, and a massive lane bully there in the top lane as well. So that makes a lot of sense. Trinity seems to be targeted against Anthrax, but I'm not familiar enough with Anthrax's play to know whether that's exactly the case. But the incredibly strong Shen does come through for him anyway. So
I guess we'll
just have to see.
I just one of those champions they just don't want to play. First mate's obviously going for a rumble. He says, I don't want to play against the Trinity today. So
yeah,
please
that's
ban
probably
him out.
true.
They've probably done a little bit of research on the Anthrax. So
yeah,
I would say these guys are seasoned in doing that sort of thing. So they've seen he plays a bit of trend. And I know he plays a bit of trend as well.
Yeah, of course.
From my experience playing with him. But it will be Rumble and Shen up in that top lane. And then over there in the jungle, it's going to be Nocturne versus Zac. Mid lane, we're going to have Twisted Fate versus Nidalee. Down in bot lane, it's going to be Vayne as well as Sona versus Ezreal and Alulu. So lots of pokey.
Yeah, pokey excitement. One thing I want to note as well is the fact that as soon as the Vayne pick was seen, Alulu was locked in straight afterwards, just to give that vision so that when that final hour is procced, they can't use the tumble to go invisible because picks can just be put right on top and the vision can just stay there on top of that Vayne so that Ezreal can keep landing his skill shots and his auto attacks as free as he likes. So, look, the game is starting up and...
Because we do get a nice view of the team. So this team we're looking at now, for the guys at home who are watching that, there is Invidious on your right-hand side. Over towards the left, they're going to pan maybe the camera, I'm not too sure.
No, who knows?
You can see Team Exile 5 Eclipse.
And you can see also our fantastic setup here at the Union Hall in Latrobe Uni, and it's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm feeling pretty fancy casting for this particular setup.
Only because I'm right next to you, that's why.
Oh, well, there's that as well. There's that as well, man. It's always feeling pretty good
today. It's really amazing. Like, we've had some cracker games, man.
Oh, man. Especially that first game as well. You know, like,
Teals is playing exceptional today.
He is ridiculous.
Of Redemption there, Teals. The amazing Thresh plays.
And of course the Nami, you know, landing those Aqua Prisons. But we are into the game, of course. We've got XL5 there on the blue side, and they are, of course, against Invidious, which are on our purple side, which I'm just going to quickly change this to be colorblind mode because everyone gets a little bit upset. Please.
Yeah, me too.
Please just
please don't
bear
crash.
with us.
There we go. That's looking a lot better.
Fantastic. So,
do you want to switch up the things down the bottom as well?
Yes,
line up the champions. That's what I'm trying to get the words out right now.
Yeah. We do have an interesting start here by Nocturne.
Oh, it's already set up. Disregard.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It is too. Look at you.
Yeah. Good guy teammates. They all already in game as they should be. That's good.
And of course, Nocturne starting with 0 items build straight out the gate. So I have a feeling that may have been a little bit of a mishap, just quietly.
Spooks. I think he may have forgotten.
He's gone back and he's picked up that Doran's Blade start.
But here's an opportunity for Invidious to come out and do something about it.
Yeah, they could definitely get some really aggressive wards now that there's only 4 people on the map. Of course, they don't actually know.
They don't know.
They'd assume that a Nocturne's going to actually purchase his items when he first comes out of base. So still playing it pretty safe. That being said, you know, Invidious are sitting here at the top side at their red. That, of course, that brush there just below the red buff is a brilliant place to get a ward if you're on that blue side. So wanting to hang around there just to make sure that they can get the counter. And Zac, of course, starting there on his red buff.
Speaking of items on Nocturne, He's picking up a Doran's Blade straight away.
Yeah, and that's been happening a lot these days. I mean, he does have that innate sustain from his Umbra Blades, but a lot of those junglers really do like to have that more aggressive start, you know, with the faster clear with that Doran's Blade. Probably not wanting to do any early aggression, and probably going to back, you know, after getting their 2 big buffs, but we'll have to see what happens out of this Nocturne and see whether he can keep his sustain up in that jungle.
I dare say 11 few lifesteal queens among the build that he's going for. It's a similar Udyr Doran's Blade strat.
Yeah, the old Diamond procs, you know, setting the meta, of course.
Yeah, now it's been transferred over to the Nocturne now, being played by Spooks. So IB might clear out his red buff and a pretty early, no early aggression, pretty standard early game as usual. And we do have a lane swap coming out. Anthrax going down in this bottom lane, and the guys from Invidious want to try and get themselves some early turrets. Now keep in mind, this is 3.1, so we do have extra damage on those, extra armor and on those turrets early on. So I guess they won't get the standard 2v1 push that you would get. Anthrax in a lot of trouble right now.
Oh, we've got the Ignite coming down as well. Paul's getting really, really aggressive on this Anthrax's Shen, and that's really dangerous. He's not going to be able to enter this lane without waiting for his pots to heal him back up, as well as that rejuve beat, of course, doing a little bit of work there, but he's in a lot of trouble. Elbumeister will have to come down and pen to sniff. Of course, getting a red card down on Italy early on there to assert his dominance in that lane. I'm a bit confused about this lane swap, though, I have to say, because Adam Bear on that Lulu really would do really well against that Vayne, as we were saying before. So it's interesting that this has happened, and it seems to me that Invidious have actually opted for that. So Anthrax, again, just taking so much damage. It just looks like this lane swap really hasn't worked out.
I mean, if you are Shen going into a Sona Vayne lane 2v1, you're going to have a bad time. He is really going to struggle early on, and I guess that's the point of Shen. He can handle it early game, not getting much CS. He's still going to be useful in those big fights.
But that can also be said for Rumble, you know. Of course, his base damages are exactly what makes him that threat. So 2v1ing against a Rumble isn't going to hurt him that much. You know, of course, you see Darius, he goes 0-3. As long as he lands that equalizer, he's still going to be able to be that threat that they need in the team fights.
That's for sure. And Anthrax having teleport as well as his ultimate going into bot lane also doesn't really make that much sense to me. The reason, you know, you pick Shen to go top lane is so when a dragon fight does happen early on, you can either teleport down or you can go down with your ultimate.
Oh wow, Anthrax taking another massive amount of pain. Zerk also getting a turret hit for his trouble, but he'll take that, no worries at all, especially with the lifesteal that he's probably got in his quintessences and also with that Doran's Blade. So this bot turret definitely looking to be taking a lot of pain. And Nocturne here coming up into the top lane, and First Mate's still so healthy, and player 2 out of mana completely.
All right, and this is where the 2v1s come into play. The junglers are forced out of farming their jungles or creating ganks around the map.
Oh, wow, and that Condemn landing perfectly onto Zac there in the bot lane, and Elbumeister just in a lot of trouble. And First Mate here happy to push up really far against a 2v1 situation.
Yeah, he's in a comfortable spot right now. So yeah, what they've actually done is drawn the junglers away from their regular ganking duties, and they have been forced to defend this top and bottom lane. I guess it was sort of forced by Invidious. They did engage the swap, and right now it's not working out too well for them. Maybe there's something that we're not really reading into right here, Max, but who knows?
Yeah.
But right now, looking at the state of things, Invidious are not too healthy right now.
That is very true, and of course TF having a wonderful time here in the mid lane, managing to get those wildcards out. Anthrax landing the double taunt, but I don't even know whether he wants to. He's going to get that Silver Bolt proc off on the third hit for that true damage, and overheating First Mate here in the top lane, going really aggressive on a player 2, just showing that he does not care about the 2v1 situation.
No, he's quite easily...
And gold card coming down on a natural one in the mid lane. Is the Ignite going to come out? Pentasniff just throwing out those auto attacks, dodging the spears, and happy just to put down the harass to get Nidalee out of lane. And of course, there she is backing. And so that's a 10 CS lead there for TF in the mid lane, and he's forced Nidalee out of lane.
Sorry, TF versus a Nidalee mid lane is also no fun at all. The pushing potential from TF.
Oh, First Mate getting the overheat now. Wow, player 2 taking a bunch of damage. And this Vayne just not scared to get all 3 procs of that Silver Bolts down.
Yeah. Sorry, as I was saying, TF has really good potential to push early on. He can get mana back from that blue card, spam out his cards as well, and just push constantly against Nidalee, who really doesn't have very good wave clear until level 6. Right now she's level 5. I dare say she'll be very close. But until she hits that level 6 mark, it's going to be hard days for Natural 0-1 in that mid lane as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Anthrax still here. He has been back and picked up that cloth armor, so we'll be taking a little bit less damage from the harassment coming out of Zerk, but Sona's still doing full damage, but she does tend to fall off with her incredible early game damage potential is kind of negated towards the end of the game because she doesn't actually build any damage items. That being said, Pentasniff here just happy just to farm up his creeps, and he's got that massive CS lead already. I know it's just 13. He does get hit by a spear, so Natural 01 doing a lot of work there, but 61 to 48 at 7 minutes into the game, especially with that experience advantage that he has, does have that gate combo now as well. So, getting hit by another spear. Pentasniff really has to watch out here for taking too much harass.
He is now trading fairly well, pretty much not trading at all. As you see top lane now, First Mate doing a really good job. There's Ignite. Here comes the TF ultimate up the top lane. Adam Bear flashes down. There's Equalizer across the top. Player 2 goes in, and first blood for TF.
That was so well played. The flash yellow card on top of the Equalizer as well. Just so easy and just picked up. And that's a really early 2.5k gold advantage.
Yeah, they've got bot lane. This lane swap is not doing wonders for Invidious right now. They're having a really, really bad time. I'm going to keep saying that.
Yeah.
It's a real struggle at the moment for them to get up. I mean, here comes the Nocturne ult.
Coming in with the ultimate. Natural 01 having to flash out and, of course, use that pounce as well. Throwing out the spear, but pesky creeps in the way.
I love the sound of that Nocturne ulti when it does
engage. Man, that skin is so cool.
It is a cool skin. And Adam Bear, here we go. Top lane Lulu versus First Mate Rumble. There.
I feel like this is going to be a bit of a problem for Adam Bear with his 2-level disadvantage and the fact that he's a Lulu.
Yeah, not really going to go too well. Player 2, unfortunately, falling really far behind now in CS. I mean, have a look, 73 to 49. First Mate has done an excellent job top lane. Zerk is just farming his little heart out on the Vayne. And what do you want more than a really farmed Vayne, especially 8 minutes in?
Yeah, this early in the game, it's so dangerous to have Vayne that fed. Of course, we experienced this from Avant-Garde Fear in 2 games prior, and it's just a really, really scary thing to deal with. And she's going to be doing so much damage here in the mid game, which is a time when she doesn't generally get that strong, because she often doesn't get the laning phase that she wants, but she's had it this time.
All right, here's the opportunity that Player 2 and Adam Bear need to take to try and get this turret down. But again, wave clear for First Mate. Just too strong.
Yeah, and also getting a heap of harass down. And wow, that was a really nice scrap shield, just negating all of that damage from the Mystic Shot. Right now, he's going aggressive in a 2v1 situation with no fear at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's doing so well. The CS, he's only 10 CS behind in a 2v1 lane. Not really good news. I mean, right now, I think that Invidious may need to swap the lanes back. Let Ezreal take advantage of that bottom lane being so pushed up.
And of course, I mean, they've got to regain dragon control because as we can see here, X5 are going for that dragon. And with 2 people top lane, that's going to be free.
That is a very free.
You have True Shot Barrage coming out, the overheat coming out from First Mate as well. And doing so much damage to Player 2. This is going to be an easy first dragon here. And it seems like just a tactical misplay in the early game getting that lane swap. And Player 2 possibly even going to go down here. The Wild Growth having to come out from Lulu. And she is very low on mana. First Mate getting the Equalizer down, popping the... Wow, and the Stand United having to come in. First Mate is in a little bit of trouble here, but Adam Bear moving out of the way. She probably should have got a little bit more aggressive here just because that Stand United was on top to be able to get that taunt out. But in this case, Rumble is just going to be able to back off and wow. Having to blow that ultimate in a 2v1 situation is so dangerous. Yeah, maybe a bit of lack of communication there between the guys on Invidious. Maybe feeling it a bit now. The pressure is really on. They're on the main stage, guys. They haven't played main stage yet. I don't think Eclipse have either. So, they're really out of their comfort zones right now. I'll be Meister going on. Spook's getting those. Yeah. And Zach really not caring about a Nocturne here, but Nocturne coming in, getting the Umber Braids proc on that big wolf and will take it away. So Zach pretty scared at this point. And I want to note as well that Pentasniff is now doing a bit of a frogging in that mid lane. At 11 minutes in, he's pretty much on 110 CS, which is exactly what you want to go for. It's the 10 creeps a minute mark, and that's going to be a scary TF doing a lot of damage. That being said, Ivy Meister coming in, natural 7, taking a whole bunch of damage, and Paranoia comes down as well. Are they going to be able to trade this one back? Pentasniff does eventually go down, but so does Natural 1. And LB Meister, is he going to be taken down to his passive at this point? Spooks is doing a ton of damage. Director Camera does do a little bit of a whoopsie and comes back here, but LB Meister, so close. Manages to pick up those globules and
That's a really tiny Zach.
That is a very small Zach, and he's not feeling too good about himself at the moment.
Look at the pressure bot lane, though. And Zach is going to have to back away. Top lane now, Adam Bear taking a lot of damage from first mate again. The trading is just not really working out for them. And they get a second tier turret.
That's
at 11
an inner
minutes in.
turret at 11 minutes.
And there goes the passive popped onto Zach.
Yep, not going to be able to be taken at this point. Spook's not too worried about that. In the top lane, 2v1, Adam Bear goes down to first mate. Player 2 now in a lot of trouble. That overheat auto attack damage is ridiculous. Double kill, 2v1 situation. First mate is a boss.
Team Exile 5 Eclipse really in control right now. Here comes the ultimate from TF. He's looking for IB Meister. IB Meister's in big trouble, and he is gone.
That was absolutely perfect. They knew that the passive was down and knew that he was just way too low to worry about that. It was a bit silly that he didn't go back. After getting that passive proc, he went into his jungle, which makes him pretty much just food for TF anytime he wants. And this paranoia into gate combo is so scary.
It is very strong. Global ultimates win games, I guess. In this situation, they have opted for that. First mate, his CS is just unmatched, even by Israel. You know, and he's 2-0 right now, blasting one. He'll go back and buy himself probably the Haunting guys straight away. Maybe something along those lines.
Yeah, it looks to me like he might be going for a Rylai's Crystal Scepter for the added utility maybe early on, but I would assume that Haunting guys will definitely come out at one point because that Leandry's coupled with the Rylai's is just so much damage and utility added onto that Rumble. And that Equalizer doing the extra slow and having double damage from Leandry's as well, doing percentage health. It's really scary. Adam Bear taking a bunch of damage from those wildcards there in the mid lane. Pentasniff just happy to do whatever the heck he wants at this point.
All right, let's take a quick look back now. We're sitting in a little bit of a lull of the game. 5-1 kills in favor of Team Exile 5 Eclipse. They've also got 3-0 turrets and a 6k, 5k gold lead.
Yeah, 5k gold lead.
5.7.
Almost 6. Yeah, it's really scary. And Spook's not scared to go against the mid laner here. I mean, he's repping his red buff, blue buff, sorry, hasn't given it over to Pentasniff unless he stole. No, the blue buff is still up, so he must have actually got that red buff.
Oh, here we go.
The taunt missing from Anthrax, Pause flashing over the wall.
Big trouble now for Anthrax. So he gets a yellow card on there, forces the flash out. He does get
fear tether goes off and
completely gone Italy though at the back, picking up a
brilliant spear.
Yeah, really good work.
And Shen picking up that assist too, so he's going to feel a little bit better about himself. But I mean, that's only a little bit of a consolation prize for, you know, really bad news there. Anthrax going down is worth a lot more, especially with that Stand United up, than a Sona.
Oh, here comes
and the Paranoia coming into the top lane as well. Wild Growth coming down, but that is an amazingly placed equalizer. Adam Bear has been in that entire time. And the Wildcard's just picking up Adam Bear, and First Mate coming through just, I'll take that kill. Don't worry about it.
Too easy. Yeah, First Mate, you deserve that one, buddy.
Yeah, that equalizer was incredible as well. He's just so on point, at this moment in the game. It's just amazing to see this high-level Rumble play. That being said, cops a spear, natural 0-1, possibly going to go flashes in.
Oh, wow. That was a big shutdown.
Yeah, he really did not. First Mate really underestimated that execute damage of the Q in Cougar form from that Nidalee, and there he goes down. That's the shutdown onto the mid laner as well, who already has that needlessly large rod. So those spears are going to be doing so much damage. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, that needlessly large rod really made the difference there. Anthrax now battling it out with Zerk.
Oh, that was a little bit shady. The Shadow Death going over the wall after the stun comes out from Condemn. A little bit unlucky there from Zerk, but Zerk is not going to mind being that Vayne with 142 CS at 15 minutes. He's not going to be worried about that one at all. Already has that Blade of the Ruined King.
And look at Natural. He just really doesn't want to fight Pentasniff right now. Or Chief Swiffer, or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. Spook's coming in now, though. Pentasniff will be locking that gold card and taking a whole bunch of damage from Natural 01, but Spooks just picks up that kill, and this is one really powerful Nocturne. He doesn't care about getting those jungle items. Started with that Doran's Blade and has gone straight for that Locket of the Iron Solari.
There's a crescendo, a nice one over the top there. Anthrax being caught out. Abi Meister now throws out the ultimate from Zach. Yeah, let's bounce. Moving around, but no kills, unfortunately. Lulu is going to come around the back, though. Pings out from the guys on Exile 5 Eclipse.
I don't think Zach and Lulu can really take on this bot lane, though, from Exile 5. And Zerk is asking them to come in and do it right now. He's just saying, bring it on. I'm not even scared. And Anthrax getting taken down so low in that exchange. And that is not what you want. When your tanks can't take on the support and AD carry, that's their job, Menace. You know, that's what they've got to be doing this game. And it's pretty disheartening to see for any of our Invictus fans at the moment.
And Spooks just trying to push as best he can down this mid lane. First mate as well.
Managing to get the shield out onto the spear. That was style points right there.
That is crazy. Yeah, nice reaction time from Spooks there. And Dragon is up. It looks like that Spooks at first mate just going to go down as well as Vayne and take that one away. Totally uncontested. I don't think
Vayne has been seen by that... we got a teleport into the top lane here from Pentasniff, and the Stand United coming out as well. That means it's not going to be there, and it's going to be a free Dragon here for Exile 5. I think that was definitely a bait. I mean, he wasted his flash, and he Destinied into the top lane, but that secured them a perfectly free Dragon. And look, Pentasniff not caring at all. 2v1, and we've got a flash out of Spooks onto Adam Bear here, and that's 4v1 against the support. That is not a very happy Lulu, although kiting really, really well. That wild growth really giving him this... Oh, wow.
Equalizer, too strong.
Oh, equalized like you would not believe. That was perfectly placed. Adam Bear had no way of escaping that. Paul's taking a bunch of damage there from Natural 01. Those spears starting to do a bunch of damage. Rabbidan's Death Cap coming in from Nidalee. That being said, we do have the Needlessly Large Rod, the Stalk Boots, and the Lichbane already finished up from TF, and he does have a 30 CS lead. So I'd take a TF in this bet, to be honest.
That is for sure. And a good thing to note right now is that every time that Lulu has used her ulti, it's been on herself.
Yeah, it's true, and it's been reactive. It hasn't been, using it when you've got that the champion in the middle of the team for that knock-up. It's using it for the extra health so that she can survive and escape, and it's really not the ideal way to play that Lulu and use that wild growth ultimate. You're exactly right.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, Paul's got himself an Oracle's Elixir now, just clearing out wards. There's none down there, mate, so he's just going to...
Yeah, that's a very, very slow Sonar as well. Doesn't have any of those boots yet. Trying to use that Celerity E to get a little bit of movement speed, but it's not quite
Boots
enough.
are a selfish item on a support. There's no need for that kind of stuff, mate.
Look, you're the support player here. I'm not going to argue with you. And clears out that pink ward there at the blue buff. And Natural 01 wanting to make a play here, but Paul's is just going to slowly saunter away out of the jungle.
Hover away as Sonar
yeah,
does.
of course.
Okay,
Constantly playing that music.
Let's have a look at the CS now. Nidalee and... Oh, hang on, so there's action going on. No, it doesn't look like it. So Nidalee versus TF, there's a 30 CS gold lead right there. But the big difference really is that Rumble Shed as well. And here comes the knockdown ulti. Straight down onto Anthrax at the back, though. Meister in a lot of trouble.
Oh,
he
the
doesn't get
condemn
stunned up.
perfectly timed as well. One last hit would have been enough there by Zerk, but the flash over the wall was fantastic by Meister. Really just... That was exactly what I needed to do, and he didn't waste any time getting the hell out of there.
Eclipse didn't really want to back that one up because I do believe that Zach's passive would be off cooldown right now, so no point really going through the tower really deep. They just force him out of lane, and they can take the second tier turret with not too much trouble at all. Look at how tanky that Spooks is. Oh my god.
And we've got a 2v1 here in the bot lane as well. Natural 01 taking a whole bunch of damage. Misses the spear though. That would have been imperative. And the Destiny coming out into that brush, and he's definitely going to die. Player 2 is going to be able to finish this one up, but does manage to get the kill. A little bit greedy coming out from Swiffer there, but some fantastic play just to keep two people in the bot lane while they get a free inner turret in the top. It's just fantastically well-coordinated play.
That is true. All right, mid lane now. Zerk just pushing his heart out.
Bishop Rush coming across Zerk, taking down really, really low. We got the flash taunt hitting max range. Equalizer coming across all four players though. First mate flashing over the wall. He's a little bit scared. Even though he got that equalizer on everyone, it's probably not going to mean he can 4v1, sorry. Spooks, I just want to take the blue buff, man. I'm not even worried. Adam Bear, you're in a lot of trouble right now, dude. And that Leandre's doing so much damage onto Anthrax. He's just going to get melted. And I feel like that was a bait from first mate. I mean, Zerk went down, but they ended up losing 2 for the trouble and a blue buff.
That's right. Spooks knew that he could just take away that blue buff really quickly and turn that fight around. That started off really well for Invidious. Unfortunately, everybody was up in their jungle, and they just couldn't do much about it. There was a good catch onto, I believe it was Petastiff, and then onto Rumble as well. The equalizer did come out, but it wasn't enough to keep Rumble in
It did get them all really, really low, though. I mean, it was very well well aimed, but I think he got a little bit too big for his britches at that point.
His britches. Too big for his britches.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You heard it here first.
Woo!
Yeah. All right. It's just it's a matter of time. It's 13-5. X5 Eclipse are truly in control.
Yeah,
of this
12k
match.
gold lead at this point, and it's 0 turrets to 5 as well. So really, really asserting dominance on this game. And have you noticed that we've got Locket with the Iron Solari, you know, a tanky item being picked up for Nocturne? Don't worry, I'm going to pick up a Blade of the Ruined King.
He feels comfortable enough to be able to go more offensive items at this stage in the game. 5-0 with 4 assists. That is a huge...
He is really huge, and he's happy to pick a fight with Anthrax right now. Look at the damage of his auto attacks at this point. And he's got that slow from the red buff, and look at him all walking, and Anthrax just cannot do anything right now. Has he actually used... He has used his Blade of the Ruined King, and he's just going to tank this turret up. And the fear comes out. Wow, Anthrax is really tanky, but the paranoia comes out in the end. And Spooks, are you going to be able to get out of this one? Pops the Locket of the Iron Solari. He's going to try and do some work. Oh, there's the Wild Growth coming out as well. This is still just going to be a 1-for-1, though.
X5 going there. Spooks going really
natural. So much damage. Pentasniff just destroying him. That Lichbane doing so much work, and the burst damage coming out. He also has that Zhonya's as well, so he can just Destiny Gate right into the middle of that team and do that Messiah bait that we see coming out of Career, of course. And LB Meister taking so much damage.
Yeah, he throws the cards the wrong way.
Oh, cool guys don't look at explosions. Just pops that passive and keeps on walking.
Will he be able to get a card off and maybe kill this? There's Equalizer across the top.
Oh my goodness, that was perfect. Equalizer timed perfectly. Destiny Gate straight on top, and the Stand United doing absolutely nothing to stop that and save Ivy Meister at all. The double kill coming out for first mate. Ridiculously well played and just well baited by Pentasniff. He's doing ridiculous things on this TF just sort of solo.
That is Chief Swiffer all wrapped into one right now. He is carried that mid lane through pretty well. I mean, early on he didn't have that much trouble against Italy, and he's just excelled from there. Got tons of CS right now. And
yeah, and Zerk picking up a free tower in the bot lane as well, just because they had to use so many resources trying to stop that push in the top lane that eventually didn't actually work. True Shot Barrage will just get lifesteal back up. That Blade of the Ruined King giving enough lifesteal just to make this not a problem, and then a push straight on the mid lane. They don't care about Barons, they don't care about getting Dragon right now. It's all about getting these tower objectives, and 8-0. You have to say it's working.
It is working quite well, and what can these guys do over on Invidious right now? There is just, they're running out of options. They can turtle from here, but they've already lost bottom. Turret. I don't know if the inhibitor's been...
No, the inhibitor's still up there in the bot lane, but they have, of course, lost that top inhibitor.
So that's big trouble.
Yeah, I don't think that they've got much of a hope at this point, just because of the pick potential of Pentasniff and Spooks. If anyone from Invidious Gaming leaves their base, they're going to get picked off and killed.
That's right.
That's just what's going to happen. The Paranoia and the Gate combo is just too strong. Natural 07, this is a perfect example, just getting picked out. First mate's going to finish this off if Pentasniff doesn't just do it himself, and he does. Solid kill. Player 2 getting paranoiaed on, and Pentasniff coming in as well. That's exactly what Destiny Gate combo. It's fantastic. Equalizer coming down. Player 2 just getting melted, even though he does manage to get out of the way, but wow, double kill coming across. He does eventually go down, but LB Meister and Anthrax aren't going to be enough. Here comes Zerk here as the Vayne, as the clean-up queen right now. Just destroying everything, and they're going to be able to take the whole base from this. I can't see.
Oh, that is GG.
That's the surrender coming out.
So well done. The Team Exile 5 Eclipse taking that one out. And Invidious really not having too much fun there, Max.
Not at all. That was a dominating performance from X5, and that's why you just can't give away that Nocturne TF combo. Like, even though TF has been nerfed, you know, doesn't give that global gold and doesn't have quite the same mechanics on his W, he's still a ridiculously strong champion.
In the hands
that
of the
global
right person,
presence.
though. Like Chief Swiftfoot played amazingly that game.
That is very true.
And unfortunately, early on, the lane swap didn't really work out for Invidious. So well done to XL5 Eclipse coming out on top of that one here at ACL Melbourne.
Yeah, that was a brilliant game to watch, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. And stay tuned for next game coming up really, really soon. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Oh, man.